Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well. And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins. And they're hoping to do it consistently here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On second and 11 now. Haskins. He finds his man Johnson. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
A first down carry here for Johnson. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. 49. Check it back. Check it back. Switch.
On second down, Johnson. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down.
Watch safety 3.
And that'll set him back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Snap comes at 1. Now Haskins. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And this is caught by Curse. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. They're going on 4th down. Haskins, he's got Curse. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jermaine Curse, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
It has to feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team, because we talk about complimentary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Sammy Watkins with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And the grab by Croft.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Third down, here's Haskins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started, and they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Haskins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Intercepted. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Johnson, the ball carrier. Eddie Golden on the stop. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 25-yard line.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up.
Check 31, check 33. 56, Mike 56.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Jackson. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
Now, that touchdown won't allow you to totally relax, but you can breathe a little easier now. Just increased their lead.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. The Browns drive about to get started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Throwing on 2nd and long. Haskins. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Go! Motion!
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Jalen Smith in there to drop him for a loss on the play. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He gets this one to Johnson. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
It's just me and you. Mike 55, Mike 55.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Mike 55. Check 55, Mike.
3rd and goal, Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns' drive about to get started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Johnson running right. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. On third down, Haskins. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, are you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson, that's going to be caught by Richardson. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Paul Richardson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 21-yard line.
Let's go now. Kick to Pittsburgh. Coming to you. Coming to you. Shit. Hey. Shit.
2nd and 5 now. Jackson. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Mike 55. Hey, I'm coming after you. Let's go.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Hey, watch the lane.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, but it'll be 2nd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
On 2nd and 10, Jackson, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
So we got man. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Look, small. Go.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Sammy Watkins, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
I'm coming.
2nd and 10 now. Haskins. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Get the ball. 53's the Mike. 53.
On first down, it's Haskins. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The Browns on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is taken at about the 14. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble, as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They go to Johnson again. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
You.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 43. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can...
There goes Duke Johnson. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Duke Johnson with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Johnson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run it with Johnson. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
43 in the mic. Focus, defense, focus.
From the gun, Haskins on third down. Going to take a shot for Gallup. And, oh, they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now fourth down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And they'll indeed go for it with Haskins. And, my goodness, another interception. Sean Davis with a pick. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Mike, 50 plus 4. Squeeze double double. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
Mike, Mike 5-4. Mike's 5-4.
Watch switch. Watch switch. Watch switch.
Break.
Again, it's Johnson. Robert Kimdichie, the one to bring him down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Past the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Go. 51. Mike 51.
We own them. We own them.
On 1st down, Johnson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Tackle that time by Ronnie Harrison. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They go play action with Jackson. Complete. It's Johnson. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Back now in Pittsburgh. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down.
Check safety. Check safety.
Let's go. Bravo.
51 to Mike. Here I come.
Go. 51 to Mike, boy. 51. I got you. Shut up.
Jackson from the shotgun. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. They'll run on first down. It's Johnson. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot.
The tackle made by Jesse Bates. 4 yards on the pickup.
From the 35 on second down. Haskins. And some room to work. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Browns drive about to get started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Myles Garrett racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Throwing on 3rd and long. Haskins. And that will be incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Now Haskins on 1st down. Johnson's got it complete. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Well, the 2nd down throw on target. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means after.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
All day, dog. Go. Sponge. No.
Again, it's Penny. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more where I came from.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54, Mike.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
On third down, Johnson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. At their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They go play action with Haskins. Open man is Cantrell. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
That's it. Let's go. 58's the mic. 58's the mic.
In your face.
Now Haskins to throw it. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. The Browns on third down. It has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now Haskins. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Right there on the coverage was the safety, Jesse Bates. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, it's Haskins. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're going on 4th down. Haskins. And this is going to be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick.
Intercepted. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season.
Look at this, middle of the field,